the labor group, the International Longshoremen, and the U.S. Ports along the east and Gulf Coast. They couldn't come to a conclusion really around automation. They went back and forth on pay. It seems like they're kind of in agreement on where pay should be. That could be up around 67% through the contract. So that's a nice pay increase for those workers. But the real sticking point has been around automation, and they were kind of forced to go back to the negotiating table by the Biden administration and trying to hammer out a deal. And so we're waiting for that deal to be hammered out. But obviously, the union does not want increased automation because they fear that it could mean fewer jobs. And while the port operators obviously want automation because it'll make them a lot more productive.
It does feel like the worker pay is one thing, but isn't the whole world going to automation anyway? So how do we avoid that?
I don't think it's about avoiding it. I think what the union would like to do is to slow that progress down as much as it possibly can. I think they're smart enough to realize that they can't get out they can't like be totally in the way of progress. But there are people that have jobs at the ports, and there has to be some sort of I guess plan for how do we phase certain jobs out and increase other jobs that might be needed because of these new automation pieces of equipment, to maintain them and to operate them as well, because they're just not AI robots that just do everything by themselves. They have to be maintained.
So what's the time frame here? I mean, do we risk any stoppages or slowdown in freight here? How do you expect this to play out here? At some point, they got to resolve this.
Yeah, so there's a January 20th deadline, so that's really what we're looking at. What we've been seeing for even before they went back to the negotiating tables, the shippers were rerouting some freight to other ports just to kind of hedge their bets in case there was a strike. And if you remember last year, there was like a 2 or 3 day strike, but the workers went back. And so they're continuing to do that. Shippers are, whether they're deciding maybe to go into a Canadian port or go into LA Long Beach, they are making alternative plans just to hedge against a possible strike. We're in the camp that we don't think that an elongated strike is going to happen. If it does happen, it's probably going to be like a couple of days, like we saw last time. And the federal government will kind of step in and say, "Hey guys, get back to the negotiating table," because what you do is so important to the economy and to the health of the United States.